I get a very common question in asking what is the difference between an FUE and an FUT transplant. So this is basically two techniques where what the different point is where the hairs are taken from and how, more importantly, how they are taken. The more modern technique is the FUE, or the follicular unit extraction, versus the follicular unit transplant. In the follicular unit transplant, an incision is made into the back of the hair and a large strip of hair is removed. Depending on how, the main downside of this is after the strip is removed, there's going to be a linear scar on the back of your hair. If you have long hair, or you're a female, for example, who's always going to have long hair, this is an excellent option because you don't lose as much density of your hair, and even though you have a scar, you have hair to cover it up. Now, follicular unit extraction is a technique that was popularized initially by a company called NeoGraft, and now there's multiple options available. And in reality, all it is a technique where using a drill-like Dremel tool, hairs are individually cored out after the hair is nice and trim. The area in which we can remove hairs is from above the ears all the way from one side to the other, going down to the back. And the most important thing is to stay above the area where the hair starts thinning, which is really the hair below the knuckle ridge, or the little ridge you feel on the back of your head. The hairs can be removed to a particular density, and as long as that density is maintained, you're able to continue to appear that your hair is completely untouched and healthy in the back. The biggest benefit of this is that there's no scar left behind that's linear. It's just little dots, and those dots disappear very, very well over time. Now, when it comes to the different techniques available, SmartGraft, NeoGraft, or a basic kit, there really isn't much of a difference. It's just a tool. The NeoGraft has a device that can suction out the hairs afterwards, so it makes it a little bit more efficient and faster. But in reality, those machines are expensive, and you can get a similar machine for $1,000 and save in significant costs from the provider standpoint, which hopefully then is passed on to the consumers. When it comes to choosing between a strip and an FUE, I think the main difference is how you style your hair. Now, when it comes to styling your hair, if your hair is generally worn long, a strip isn't a terrible idea. Generally speaking, it's going to be cheaper for most providers, and you can actually extract more hairs over a longer period of time than you would in a standard FUE procedure, where you're limited by the density of that entire scalp area. Following this video, we have a couple more videos. I wanted to talk a little bit about caring for your hair afterwards and the importance of choosing a surgeon and designing a hair transplant. Look forward for you to watch those videos.